This is for Algebra 2, problem 1-49 that was asked for. In this problem, you're asked to graph the points -5, 0 and 0, 3. So first of all, notice I have my coordinate system here. I've labeled that the horizontal is x. I've labeled that the vertical is y. I have these very accurate tick marks here that each are 1 unit, and I know that because I've labeled it that if I go out 4 tick marks, it counts to a 4. If I go up 5 tick marks, it goes to a 5. So I've got my scale labeled here. Now I'm going to graph these 2 points, -5, 0 and 0, 3. And there they are. And I even labeled those with the coordinate points. The question is, plot the points and then find the distance between those points. And we could use the distance formula. If you wanted to look that up, you should look it up. I want you to work for that, to look that up. But the other thing I notice after I graph this is I get a right triangle with one leg down here of 5 units long. The distance is 5. And I have another leg that's 3 units. And what I'm interested in this right triangle is the hypotenuse. And we remember a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this case, my A would be this leg, 5. The B would be my other leg. So this leg squared plus this leg squared will equal the hypotenuse squared. And so I've got this equation right here where I'm trying to solve for that red question mark. Right now the question mark is being squared, and I don't want it being squared, so I take the square root of both sides. And I'm still trying to solve for that question mark, so I'm going to simplify this radicand. And I get 25 plus 9. When I add 25 and 9, I get 34. So the exact answer of what's the distance is the square root of 34. That's the exact answer. But if I put that into a calculator, I can get a decimal approximation, and I rounded it to 3 decimal places. You might have rounded it to only 2 decimal places, and you would have written 5.8. Or you could have written 5.83, but I rounded it to 3 decimal places. That part's not that important right now, how many decimal places. The next question was the slope, and if you remember, slope is rise over run. Well, in this problem, we were rising 3 and we were running 5, and so the legs of that right triangle actually tell us the slope of this red line. And that's the end of the problem.